listening to The Sports Nuts.
Would help if I turn my mic on, huh? Well, good afternoon and welcome to another edition of the Wrestle Talk Show. My name is Ralph Williams, and I am the host of Wrestle Talk. And yeah, let me talk to you. And what do you want to talk about? And we're going to be talking about wrestling here, myself and my co-host, Smokin Jim Frazier, who is joining us by phone here today. And we'll be talking with him in a few moments. And but we have a lot to talk about today, plenty. And let me tell you why. We have some situations going on in the WWE that is just nuts and crazy. And, I like some of it. I don't like some of it. I didn't like the way AJ Styles went out at Royal Rumble. And I find that very appalling that they would do that to him and not let him fill out the full year. But we'll talk about that coming up as well. And we're on the Sports Nuts Network on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter X. We're also on the Kick Network, and we're also on Tiger Stripes Media, Pensman Sports, and we're also on my YouTube channel and also on my Facebook pages as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also don't forget to follow me on my Twitter X page, and also follow me on Facebook and all my other social media. Excuse me. Wow. Social media platforms, as well as TikTok and also Instagram as well. All right. Excuse me for a moment. All right, I'm back here. I had to get a drink here, clear my throat a little bit. But anyway, let's go to the comment section real quick. Mickey Delaney says hello. Hello, Mickey. Thank you for being part of the show. All right, let's see here. Okay, we got somebody here. Thank you for being part of that. Mickey Delaney says hello to you, Smokin Jim. And also, yeah, thank you. Well, we're not talking about Trump here right now, so wrong show. So, all right. Okay, I want to thank our radio affiliates, 95.5 KFC in Terrell, Texas, TigerNation.com, Texas, also Oklahoma, Missouri, and 93.3 KJR in Seattle, and the Hawaii Sports Network. Aloha to our friends in Hawaii and the Hawaii Sports Radio Network. 107.5 The Ticket in Montgomery, Alabama. Also, we have AM 610 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and also 105.5 The Roar in Easley, South Carolina, and WGR 550 AM in Buffalo, New York. I want to thank you and all of our affiliates all across the world and across the pond. In Africa, Russia, China, and Australia, and several other countries also as well. You can tune into the Sports Nuts. We're on several different media outlet platforms as well. And I want to thank Brandon Keeler for letting us be a part of the Sports Nuts Network. And I also want to thank also Brandon Keeler, and I want to thank Pensman Sports for their support, and also for Brian Pettit and the Tiger Stripes Media and as well. All right, let's get started. Smokin Jim, welcome to the program. It's great to have you today.
Hey, thanks, Ralph. This is my most favorite thing to do all week.
Yes, it is. I know. And boy, do I know that. All right. We have so much to talk about here. I don't even know where to begin, but we're going to start with the Royal Rumble. The winner was Roman Reigns. I had predicted Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes. And obviously Reigns won. Also, the women's thing, Liv Morgan pulled it out. And I didn't expect that. I was looking for Rhea Ripley, Nia Jax, somebody like that. But I didn't expect, I didn't expect Liv Morgan to pull it out, but she did. And also, Ario says hello. Hello, Ario. Thank you for being part of the program. Anyway, so my question to you, Smokin Jim, is: are you happy with who won, and who were your predictions to win these matches, or who did you think, or who? Brock Lesnar didn't even last that long. I thought he was going to last a while. He was gone. Obafemi cleaned house. I mean, that guy. Oh my gosh, he cleaned house. So, but anyway, go ahead, Smokin Jim.
Yeah, I never bet against Roman Reigns, so that didn't come as a complete surprise. That was one of your picks too.
Yeah.
But on the the women's side, I was that was a shock.
Yeah, that was. I didn't expect Liv Morgan to even be there as far as that went. The Gunther AJ Styles match, shame on the WWE. I wanted AJ Styles to do another, like a John Cena kind of thing, stretch the year out. SummerSlam of this year is supposed to be Brock Lesnar's last match in the WWE or of any kind of wrestling thing. He's focusing on his butcher shops and his programs he puts on about how to butcher. So, because he's been doing that. So, my thing is, why not let him go all the way to the end of the year like John Cena? They decided to let Gunther be the career killer, which is what his new name is. And he's killing everybody's career here. And I felt bad for AJ, but I don't feel bad for him. I feel bad for the WWE because AJ's going to move on. AEW's, I hear, is burning up his phone. And I heard he might even go back to TNA to finish out his career, which is where he actually started at. And he started in WCW. Then he went to TNA, and he was there for the longest time. So your thoughts, Smokin' Jim, on AJ Styles in this match with Gunther?
Well, I predicted that. The career killer, AJ Styles didn't have to book that match. He didn't have to make that bet. But Gunther's relentless, man. He don't care about who you are, what your legacy is, what your resume reads.
Not at all.
You get in the ring. You get in the ring with him. He's trying to put you out, man.
Well, you know what? I don't like Gunther. I never have. But I will tell you this, Smokin' Jim, I respect Gunther. You know why I respect him? Because he knows how to wrestle. That man can wrestle anybody and can beat anybody. And Gunther is a good wrestler. He's hard to beat. He's not a guy who can easily be beat, and he'll take you to the limit on that stuff. So, I mean, and that's where I am with that. So, I mean, so there we are. All right. Isaac says hello. Hello, Isaac. Thank you for being part of the program. All right. Okay. Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. I didn't expect Sami Zayn to win this match, but I was hoping he would because so Drew could have his short little reign as a champ, but I didn't expect that to happen. Drew's going to be a champ for a while. What do you think about this match here that happened on Saturday? You there, Smokin'?
Well, Sammy never beat Drew and never will. Again, I think Drew's in my opinion, one of the top 5 physical specimens in wrestling history. It could be a while. He could be holding on to that title for a while. He's ruthless. He's athletic. He's conniving. So it might be a little while for somebody to wrestle that belt away from Drew.
All right, let's look at the men's Royal Rumble match. And the reason I want to look at it is because Braun Breaker, a masked man, came and jumped him before he even made it down the ramp to get to the ring. And, so there's a lot of rumors out there that he's being kicked out of the division because of his mouth and the way he's been conducting himself and not listening to anything Paul Heyman's telling him. Rumor has it that Austin Theory is going to be the one that's going to beat him up bad to get him out, just like they did with Seth Rollins. That rumor's out there. But anyway, I knew something was going to happen when Adam Pearce said the Monday before, and we talked about this last Tuesday, Smokin' Jim, about how all 4 of those guys are going to be in the ring for this match. And if all 4 of them were to be together or 2 of them were to be together, who are they going to do? I mean, how are you going to let Braun Breaker win that match? If your ego like Logan Paul's and Austin Theory's and Bronson Reed, you have all those egos out there that are sitting there going on and on about how, it's all about them and all this and that. And you're going to give Braun Breaker the opportunity to go for a title match. It's all every man for himself. And I knew something was going to happen, and it did. It didn't happen the way I thought it was going to happen, but Braun Breaker didn't even make it to the match. I mean, and then the other guys didn't do that well either. So now the division has nothing and nothing but a bunch of chaos and Paul Heyman going on and on. Thank you very much. Who's this here? Oh, thank you very much for that. Awesome show, guys. Thank you. So anyway, I knew this was going to happen. I knew something was up. Adam Pearce had something up his sleeve when he put all four of them in the same match. Smokin' Jim, your thoughts on who's the mask? Who do you think the masked person is? I have a couple thoughts based on body figure. I have a thought as to who it is, but I want to see who you think it is first. Go ahead.
And I absolutely have no idea, man. Who you think?
I think it was Becky Lynch.
Are you serious?
Becky can beat up a man. Becky can beat a man up.
True.
Remember, she told Paul Heyman that as soon as her husband gets back, her and her husband are going after the division. Remember that? Remember she cornered Paul Heyman, got in his face, and you don't want to, what I mean, getting her face. Believe me, you don't. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah. So I think it was Becky Lynch. I personally believe that.
Wow.
And there's rumors that it was Austin Theory. There's rumors Seth Rollins, but Rollins he's not even going to be available for WrestleMania. And so I don't get how it wasn't Seth Rollins. And then they also said that it could have been Austin Theory, who, again, you got egos. Oh, well, we got to let Braun win the match. What, do you think Austin Theory's going to let Braun Breaker win a match when it's all for one and one for all in a battle royal? Come on. So that's my thoughts on this whole debacle here. And then last night on Raw, it was pretty comical. And then LA Knight coming out and getting his little bit of a measure of revenge for what they've done to him. It was good to see him back in the Royal Rumble because there were rumors that he was done with the WWE and he was going to be moving on to something else. But I guess they talked him into staying, so he was in the Royal Rumble match. We didn't see Chris Jericho. That hype was knocked off. Instead, we saw Iguana Man. You know what I mean? Not that I have anything against Iguana Man, but I mean, who I actually think is quite a comical wrestler, but not for that battle royal. I thought you should have put, maybe if you were going to bring somebody in, you should have brought somebody else, not Iguana Man. So, I mean, but anyway, and there were a lot of guys going out early. Obafemi, he was in there for a little bit, and he was cleaning house. Brock Lesnar got knocked out. I hear coming up, there's going to be a match between Brock Lesnar and Obafemi, and I'm interested to see that match because I think Brock might be in for a little rude awakening here. This guy's nobody to play with. And but Brock's been around a long time and he knows what he's doing. And if I'm Obafemi, I'd be careful about how I poke that bear. Because Brock's been around a long time and I've seen him dominate bigger men than him. And I think he can still do it. And so, but I was kind of disappointed that he didn't do as better as he supposed that he used to do. Cody Rhodes, I thought he would last longer. Apparently that didn't happen. So, and Roman Reigns winning it now, and he's going after CM Punk. So, Smokin' Jim, Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. And they had their little talking spoo last night on Raw. What do you think about that match coming up at WrestleMania? You there, Smokin' Jim? I think we lost Smokin' Jim.
Hello, can you hear me, Rob?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Roman Reigns versus CM Punk?
Yes, at WrestleMania.
I never bet against Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Never bet against Roman Reigns.
Nope, I don't either. But I'm thinking he's going to win this match. But see, my thought process is, Michael Cole made an interesting point in this in the Royal Rumble. If Roman Reigns does win this belt again at WrestleMania, how long is he going to be the champ? Because now he's in the movie business. He's entrenched in it now. He's making movies and TV series. He's doing all kinds of stuff like The Rock did. Is his movie schedule going to be able to dictate to him what he's going to be able to do as a wrestler? And I don't think anybody wants a part-time champ again. TKO don't want a part-time champ again. So what do you think about, you know, if he was to win that match?
I'm not going to speculate. I don't know. I know he's a busy man and got a diverse career,
Right.
but he's still the biggest thing in wrestling that could be. And I'm just not going to bet against him. Now, I know they don't want part-timers, but we'll see. They'll come up with something. They'll come up with something.
Yeah, they have to. They have to come up with something here. And
but it'd be tough. It'd be tough on CM Punk though to lose the belt so quick.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think he's going to carry the belt until Seth Rollins comes back, and then once Seth comes back, I think he'll get the belt back, and we'll be okay. All right, the women's match, Liv Morgan cost Raquel Rodriguez her match last night with Stephanie Voltaire. I kind of figured she didn't want no part of Raquel Rodriguez. She's been messing with her since she came back. And now that Raquel's pursuit of the championship has come to a halt at this point, if I'm Liv Morgan, and I predicted this, Smokin' Jim, with JD McDonough being down with an injury, Dominic Mysterio kind of drifting in the wind here, and he just finally came back. And Finn Balor, nobody knows what his deal is. I said the Judgment Day was going to start collapsing, and it looks like that could happen. It could just be, the short girl that's with Liv now, Roxanne Perez. It could just be her, and it could be Roxanne Perez and Liv Morgan on their own, because I see, and maybe Dirty Dom's still hanging around, but I don't see Finn Balor hanging around much longer. And JD McDonough, nobody knows what he's going to do when he comes back from his injury. He's going to be out for a while. And so where does the Judgment Day go here? And Raquel Rodriguez was trying to pursue a championship until Liv Morgan screwed her over, in that match, and then screwed her over at the Battle Royal in the, on Saturday. So that's just my biggest question marks right there, Smokin' Jim. Now it's going to be Liv Morgan probably versus Stephanie Voltaire if she's still the champ at this point. What do you think?
Yeah, I gotta agree with you, man. You got your pulse on this thing, man. It is so diverse right now. You just don't know what's going to happen. And I got to agree. I got to agree with you there, Ralph.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And but like I said, it was interesting to see that match last night. That Philadelphia street fight. I didn't expect them to be in Philly so soon after they left Saudi Arabia on Saturday. I actually kind of thought they were going to stay out there for a little bit and soak it up, but obviously that didn't. That hasn't happened. So, but anyway, let's get started. Let's get back into some more of this WWE stuff here. We now have Powerhouse Hobbs. He's officially in the WWE. He was in the Royal Rumble. He's going under the name Royce Keys. I thought he did a reasonable job in the Battle Royal. What do you think the WWE has planned for Royce Keys, formerly known as Powerhouse Hobbs?
I tell you what, they got a talent there. There's just so many talented influx of wrestlers. I just don't know what you're going to do with them all. What do you think, bro?
Yeah, well, they're getting overloaded with good wrestlers, but they don't know how to use them. Look at LA Knight. Look at some of these other guys who are good wrestlers. They've put some of them out to pasture. How about the Viking Raiders just showed back up again last night and got beat up by Obafemi. They were supposed to be in the match. They haven't been around for a while. And then they still don't know what to do with the Wyatt Six. They had them with the titles, and now now the MFTs have it, and Solo Sikoa now has given his belt to Tama Tonga or Talatonga, who's going to team up with Tama Tonga, and they're the new tag team champions. He gave the belt up because he wanted to be in the Battle Royal and go for the championship. I would love to see the match between Solo Sikoa and Drew McIntyre. That would be an interesting match for the title. I would like to see that, but probably won't. But anyway, that wouldn't be a bad match. But there's a lot of different scenarios that could be painted here. All I can say is they brought Omofemi up. I hope they use him well. I hope whoever they bring up or they bring in, they use them better. Their creative department has to be better at getting some of these guys in here. Look at the Motor City Machine Guns. They're a great tag team all over the world. They've been to Japan. They've been to in and out of TNA. They've been everywhere, and they've won every single belt all across the country, including they won the tag team belts there for a little bit. But they haven't been around. They haven't been on at all, hardly. And that's a waste of good talent. The New Day haven't been used that much. That's a waste of talent in my eyes. They're a very good team. Instead, they have Otis and Tazera winning that fatal four-way or whatever it was called there. I really, wasn't real happy about them winning that. So, yep, very good. Thank you very much, Steve, from the South Side. Keep the popcorn popping and the sodas pouring. That's right. So, all right. Well, this is Wrestle Talk. My name is Ralph Williams. I'm your host. Yeah. Let me talk to you. What do you want to talk about? Well, we got a lot to talk about today here. AEW. MJF getting ready to fight his next defense. But how about Tommaso Ciampa showing up and beating Mark Briscoe for his title? Your thoughts on that, Smokin' Jim?
Wow. I tell you what, I knew it was going to be a wild one, man. I didn't know who was going to win, but man, that was a brutal match, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, and I didn't expect Tommaso Ciampa to be there. I didn't expect that to happen at all. That was a shock and a half. But maybe he can use his talent better at AEW. Maybe they'll book him better. Maybe there'll be a better creative end side of things. So Pensman says hello, Pensman. How are you? Tune in to Pensman Sports. Like and subscribe to all his material. He has a YouTube channel. He's also on Twitter X. Don't forget, he's going to be doing hockey real soon for Draft Nation. Also, all RW Media Production sports programming, including Wrestle Talk, will be uploaded onto Draft Nation and also the Fan First Sports Network now. So I just want to let everyone know that as well. And don't forget to tune in to Wrestle Talk also on KFC Radio down in Terrell, Texas. We will be on there as well. And some other things going on. I'll be announcing those coming up toward the end of the show. Some other major announcements. Next week's going to be a big week for RW Media Productions. We got some new stuff going on here that I want everyone to know about. And tune in, like and subscribe, support our social media platforms. And I do want to say one thing, though. I'm going to give everybody a hint. I finally got my justice up in Pittsburgh. I finally got my weekday justice. And now I'm on in Philly, in Pittsburgh, in Texas. And who knows where else I could be next. Okay. So I've been called upon on major podcasts across the country to talk about Mike McCarthy. The brand of RW Media Productions, 2026 is going to be the year for the Sports Nuts Network. All of us on the Sports Nuts Network are going to have a great year, including myself and my RW Media Productions, Pensman, Tiger Stripes Media with Brian Pettit, Brandon Keeler, and all of us in the Sports Nuts Network, as well as myself and my production, RW Media Productions. In fact, I'll tell you now, the hint's over. Starting next week, February 9th, 2 o'clock p.m., from 2 to 3 p.m., 6:20 a.m., WKHB in Pittsburgh, I will be on with the Ralph Williams Show. It will be my second weekday show of the Ralph Williams Show. I'm on Wednesdays in Philadelphia And tomorrow from 3 to 4 p.m., the Ralph Williams Show on WWDB 860 a.m. in Philadelphia. Don't forget to tune into that. And then every Monday starting February 9th, the Ralph Williams Show 2 to 3 p.m. on 620 WKHB. But here's the big one of them all. Starting Friday, February 13th, 3 o'clock p.m., 620 a.m. WKHB. And I want to thank Broadcast Communications Company, who owns them, for giving us this opportunity. The Sports Corner Radio Show. That's right. We take over drive time on Friday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4 p.m. The Sports Corner Radio Show with me, Ralph Williams, Smokin, Jim Frazier, Claudio Rosano, and Luther Dupree. And also Saturday, 2 to 3 p.m. Don't forget to tune in to us as well. Here's the banner here for that on 1250 The Answer, 92.5 on the FM dial. Don't forget about all that. Starting next week, we will not only be on Saturdays on 1250, but Friday on 620 WKHB. Mark it all down on your calendar. I know it's a little bit a lot, but mark it on your calendar. And don't forget to call your friend, call your cousin, call somebody, get them there as well. Pensman says Roman Reigns versus CM Punk WrestleMania would be a good match. It's going to be a good match. Absolutely. I think that might be the match of the night, but we will find out. I'm sure there'll be some other main event matches. WrestleMania always is a good thing. 2 nights down in Las Vegas, once again at Allegiant Stadium. Next year, it's going to be in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So if you want to go to WrestleMania, you got to fly to Saudi Arabia. So, but anyway, you go where the money's at. Saudi's got money. They have their own golf, where they compete with the PGA. They also have, they have a lot of money. The Saudis do. And so they're willing to fork out the money. They like the WWE. The WWE has always been a friend of the of Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. There's been several events there. And now the biggest one of them all, WrestleMania, will be there next year. So it's going to be real interesting to see how the WWE spins this off. And like I said, if you want to go to WrestleMania next year, you better go this year. Because if you want to go next year, you got to go all the way to Saudi Arabia, where at least it's in the United States this year. It's in Vegas. You better get your tickets. Better get down there and get them quickly, because they're selling out fast. We're going to find out what's going on as we move along with that. But let's get back to AEW here real quick. We'll see who MJF's next opponent will be for his title. He's MJF, and a lot of people don't like him, but I do. I think he's one of the best wrestlers in AEW and around the world. And by the way, Smokin' Jim, I wanted to let you know that one of your favorite wrestlers in TNA drew one of the Feast or Fire cases and got fired. You ready? You ready? Who it is?
Yeah.
Steve Maclin.
Really?
Yeah, they had the Feast or Fire case thing this week on TNA Wrestling, and you get a championship match, you get a match for their other champion, and then or you get fired, and it's just like the Money in the Bank thing. You can use it at any time against whatever champ you want or whatever, and they have a second one that they do, but you can only do like the X Division and the other championship. You can't do the main one, but whoever has the main case, okay, and Steve Maclin drew the fired. So he's fired. So my question is, where do you think Steve Maclin goes? I think he goes to AEW. I don't think he goes to WWE right away. I could be wrong. We'll see what happens there. But Steve Maclin drew the Feast or Fire case. What do you think about that?
Wow, man, that came as a surprise. Thanks for sharing that with me and all of our followers, man. But
yeah,
I think AEW would be the move for him.
Yeah, I would think so too. If you don't want to get buried in a lower card in the WWE, my suggestion is go to AEW, because at least you might get a little bit of play there. I think you have a better shot at getting more exposure there. If AJ Styles goes to AEW or goes back to TNA, that's going to help TNA a little bit, but TNA is still in the process. I just found something very interesting out, despite the fact they're on AMC. Anthem Sports is still trying to get rid of that. And I don't know who's going to buy it. I don't know if the WWE has any stake in it. And we're going to find out what's going on. And the rumor has it that AEW is going to come up with a general manager for their shows. And I heard that the Dynamite general manager is possibly going to be Shane McMahon. He's strayed away from his family. And, he's no longer involved, I don't believe, with the WWE. But I'm hearing he's going to be the new general manager of Dynamite. And, there was some talks months ago about Shane McMahon being involved with Tony Khan and the AEW and everybody else. So my question to you is, do you think that this is true? And do you also believe that this could happen, that Shane McMahon could be the general manager of Dynamite?
Man, anything is absolutely possible, Ralph. Wrestling's always better when the McMahons are involved. And I would love to see. I don't think he's going to come off the top rope anymore. I don't think he's going to do his all these shuffle in the ring anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I think that would be a good thing for wrestling. I hope he does.
Yeah, so do I. I hope he does something with AEW. There's been talk for the last couple of years now about him doing some stuff. So we'll find out what's going on with that and where that goes as well. All right, Smokin' Jim. We're going to have some kind of open little talk here. Anything you want to talk about right now in regards to wrestling? Go ahead.
Well, I tell you, man, Don Callis is doing the thing. And AEW, man, the Callis family is growing. MJF is bigger and better than ever, man. I just can't get enough of those guys, man. And AEW, brother.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And again, I have to warn Don Callis. I really do. Not to poke the bear. I mean, I think he's trying to really poke the Death Riders. They're crazy people that I wouldn't mess with personally. And it takes a lot of guts to poke a bear as big as John Moxley. And John Moxley's the type of guy that you just don't want I'd stay away from. I mean, I really, unless he had a belt or something that I really wanted, I'd stay away from the man because, he's dangerous and he is, psychotic, and you just don't know what to expect from him. And he's unpredictable. And so, there's a lot of those things that go on that are, that a lot of people don't realize that he, that he brings to that group. And if I'm Don Callis, man, I would leave him alone. I really would. I wouldn't even mess with him at all. And for him to be doing that, I think he needs to take a look at Don Callis needs to really go focus his efforts somewhere else. That's just my opinion on that. So, but anyway, that's about all, Smokin' Jim. I don't have too much more to add tonight. A little shorter show than usual, but we just don't have a whole. I think we covered basically everything we need to cover pretty much. But this, do you think, and real quick here, we saw last week on SmackDown and the Wyatt Six came on, said they're going to try to get their belts back. Do you see the Wyatt Six getting their belts back, or do you see the MFTs keeping them? What do you see?
And they're gonna have to give the Wyatt Six something sooner or later. So I don't know how long they'll hold the belts, but I think they'll get them back.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. And because Solo, he wants everybody having a belt. And if I'm Carmelo Hayes, be very careful because you got the MFTs breathing up your back. They want all the belts. They want it all. I mean, and you can't really at times have it all. Sometimes you can get lucky and have it all, but Solo wants it all. I mean, he's made it known he wants to be the champ, and he's also made it known that he wants the rest of his family to be champions. With that, you already got your tag team belts, and now you need the U.S. title. You snatch that away from Carmelo Hayes, and you get the championship away from Drew McIntyre. Pretty much covered. I mean, in some perspective, but like I said, you have to really, see where they go with the wide six. They've sort of been part-time wrestlers for a little while. I'd like to see them get more involved. I do kind of like the wide six. I like the way how funny they are, the way they, they're psychotic, and the way that they're doing the same stuff they've done in the past. It's actually quite entertaining. I'm interested to see what they do now with Cody Rhodes. Him and Jacob Fatu going to continue their battle. I'm hearing now that for WrestleMania, it's going to be Drew McIntyre in a triple threat match versus Jacob Fatu, and somehow or another, Cody Rhodes manages to get another match with Drew McIntyre. There was a clause in that contract when they did that triple match thing that I guess Cody didn't see, that stated that he cannot fight Drew McIntyre as long as Drew McIntyre is, oh man. Oh boy. All right. Let's see here. Okay, and then we got okay, yeah, whatever. All right. Anyway, so what do you think? Do you think that happens? A triple threat match? The only way I see Cody getting into this, I don't know what they're doing with Elimination Chamber yet, but my thought process is that the Elimination Chamber, on both ends, on Raw and on SmackDown, are going to probably become on Raw and on SmackDown are probably going to become matches where you win for number one contender. And if Cody wins the Elimination Chamber, then he can get in. But if he doesn't, then he can't get in. And my question is, I think they're going to put Cody in that match. That's what they're going to make those matches to be. And I believe that to be the case. So, so let's see what happens here. And all right, Smokin' Jim, what do you think about that scenario?
Yeah, I think he nailed it again, Ralph. I think that's the only way you're going to get Cody involved.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if Fatu is involved and wins one of these chamber matches. And, because Roman Reigns is already picked to go up against CM Punk. So somebody has to win that match on SmackDown to go to fight Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. So who is it? That's my question. And I think and from the scenario I saw reading online, there are some things that they painted, and already there's a triple threat match painted between Jacob Fatu, Cody Rhodes, and, against Drew McIntyre. So we'll see how that goes. If that's going to be a triple threat match and what's going to happen there. So we'll go from there on that. Any final thoughts, Smokin' Jim? We're going to wrap it up here. We got some happy hour people here that managed to make their way onto the show here, and I want to get rid of them. So what are your thoughts, final thoughts here?
Yeah, no final thoughts, man. Great show, man. Great night of sports talk, man. You really brought it tonight, bro.
All right. Thank you very much for that, and I appreciate that. And as always, we appreciate you watching. Don't forget to tune in next Tuesday, 5 o'clock for the Wrestle Talk show. And also, don't forget tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon, 3 to 4 p.m. here. I'm going to play this video here real quick for you. There. All right, there's my 2 Wednesday shows tomorrow, 3 to 4 p.m. WWDB 860 a.m. for the Ralph Williams show, and then at 7:30 tomorrow night, Ralph's Opinion. We got a lot to talk about as well on both shows, so check them out. in Philadelphia, WWDB 860 AM, and also the Ralph Williams Show. And then don't forget on at 7:30 tomorrow night as well. Don't forget 9 o'clock tomorrow night, Steel City Sports World. Myself, Smokin, Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, Luther Dupree, Fillmore, and Big Row. We will be breaking down some more Steeler talk and a whole lot more coming up tomorrow night for that. And don't forget tonight, 7 o'clock, YouTube and Facebook, the Pittsburgh Sports Line Show with us. Al Levine, the Talking Machine, Smokin, Jim Frazier, Mike Rohde, and the I think this week, Smokin, Jim, if I'm not mistaken, Al Levine recruited somebody who bags groceries at one of the grocery stores for the show tonight. So I just want to because Chip was on last week, so so I think he recruited somebody who bags groceries. So, All right. Until next week, have yourself a great one, and please, by all means, be safe and stay